Hi guys, Jared here with Day Traders FX. Hopefully you guys are having a great week. We have had a very volatile day, post-election blues. The markets have really been hammered today. Dow is down 300, closed over 300 points down. S&P over 30 points down. Oil's down $4. It's just been overall a big sell-off on everything, and the markets are really reacting to the election and to the possibilities of what are implied moving forward. So big day in the markets for sure, big down day. We've got, as far as announcements go, we just moments ago, 7 or 8 minutes ago, we had the employment numbers out of New Zealand. You can see that they came out negative in both aspects. The unemployment rate went up by a good chunk, about an entire over half a point. And then we've seen that the employment change has actually gone down quite a bit. So that's not looking good for New Zealand. Next up, we have the Greek government debt crisis. That's going to be an interesting situation. Then we've got employment numbers for Australia coming in about 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours, I guess. So that'll be a bit of a mover. Coming into tomorrow, we have got several big announcements. We've got more on the QE that England's doing. We have interest rates out of England. We have the announcement, the rate statement. Then we have interest rates out of Europe. We have trade balance out of Canada. Excuse me. ECB press conference. All this big crazy stuff. Trade balance out of the U.S. Unemployment claims, and so on and so on. We just have a lot of stuff coming out tomorrow, so be ready for that. Okay, so here we saw some interesting stuff. We talked a little bit about the missed pivots on the daily video yesterday, and you can see that the market ran up and hit this missed pivot right here, just barely, also coming in contact with that 200-day moving average, and have tanked since. Now, a couple of things to look at here. On my daily chart, from the low of the year to the current high right here, we see that it has just, we've just touched the 38% fib, which was 127.38, 127.40. We've talked about that level 1,000 times, but we've now officially opened and closed a couple of candles below the 200-day moving average. Very bearish on the euro dollar. And my overall trend is still holding up, which is coming off the top of this trend line, staying below 130.150, so on and so forth. Now, what I'm looking for here is we've had a nice little bounce, and I'm just going to watch this range. This was a pretty sharp range from high to low, 150 pips. I'm looking at around the 12800 area. Lots of consolidation, lots of weight coming through that 12800-ish area. So what I'm going to be looking for is a bounce and a possible entry to get short right in this general area. But before I do it, I'm going to need to see one of two things. A nice little breakout. If we continue to just get a steady climb up here, I'll just look for a trendline break coming off of this 12800, 12810. Or I'd like to see some sort of very obvious reversal candle to get me in short to start trading this pair back down towards 127, 20, 30 area, and so on. So that's what I'm going to be looking for there. Pound dollar has been kind of a mess. It's been kind of all over the place. We had a big daily pin bar here, and then it's just come down, and it's really choppy. I don't see anything all that interesting in the pound dollar right this moment, except for the fact that we have a couple of missed pivots here, so we could have some further upside on this pound dollar, and it does look like it's starting to find a bit of a bottom. So I don't hate trading against these lows, which, about 30 pips away, getting a little bit of retracement and trying to get long on the pound dollar. I think that's a fair possible trade, but it's just been a kind of a mess, so I'm not too interested in anything there. Euro yen, on the other hand, is looking pretty good. We had this big run down. The euro yen spiked all the way up, and then it has just tanked this morning. Tanked, I guess, 160 pips down from the high of today. So pretty good rundown. I'm looking for the 102.60s. I'm looking to short at 102.60s. I'm going to let this thing run up to about the 50% fib on this short-term range. Again, I don't love these short-term ranges, but it's so choppy, there's not really much of a long-term range to have in place. So I'm looking at 102.60s to short with stops somewhere above 102.80 to even 10300. So a 20 to 40 pip stop on this. But right in this 102.60s area, again, with a reversal candle, that will be ideal. That's where I'll be looking to short this. Looking at some of these other time frames, you can see that we've tested some pretty intense support down here. 101.80 has been a tough one. But overall, it's looking pretty bearish, and it's breaking out of this trend line. So I think we've definitely got some further downside. We have a nice weekly pin bar. Everything there is kind of setting up. So again, a push up into the 102.50, 60s area, looking to short from there and take it back down. Australia has employment numbers, like I said, coming up, so I'm going to be real careful about what I do on this one. We had a big rally on the interest rate hike, and then a little bit of retracement and a big rally, and then it's just coming right back down to kind of where it came from. Um, a couple of things I'm looking for here is a 4-hour pin bar that has really turned the market down, and we also have a very nice daily pin bar that is just about complete, and it'll definitely close as a pin bar. So this is all very bearish. We did make a break above this. Getting back below 10400 is very, very attractive and very bearish on this pair as well. This is a big, big reversal candle, and something that should give us, a nice signal to take this pair on down into, ultimately possibly into the 10200 area. So that's what we're looking for. Ideally, a little bit of retracement, maybe short this thing about halfway up the top here, somewhere around 104 30 40 area would be great, with stops above our high here, which is about 104.80. So we're going to need, 40, 50 pip stops, but anywhere in this general area, 104, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50 is where I'm going to be looking to get in to short this and take it on down. Gold is a little all over the map, so we're just going to keep watching that. We do have a nice bounce on gold. We'll see if it can continue down and stay low, but that's going to be yet to be seen. And quickly looking at the Aussie yen, this one as well is on the daily chart has created a nice little reversal pattern for us right here. We had a nice reversal pattern right here. It broke it with the Aussie news, and now it's just kind of trying to work its way back down again. So it's kind of like a reconfirmed reversal pattern. So I just can't help but feel very, very bearish about the Aussie dollar and the Aussie yen right now, and I like entries to start shorting these pairs and taking them back down into the lows. So they've really been struggling at these highs, and they can't really seem to make a lot of headway there, and we keep getting reversal candles. So I'm just taking it like it is, and I think we've got some nice setups to start shorting these pairs once again. So that's what I'm looking for. I think we've got some great opportunities and great entries, and we'll be looking to enter into those as soon as they set up. But best of luck, guys, and we'll see you in the chat. More details coming on Twitter as well. And remember, you can follow me at twitter.com/daytradersfx.